If a dog is sick, ill, not feeling well, you can kind of tell they're just kind of moping around. They really don't feel bad, feel that good. Now we're talking about dogs. We're talking about dogs that you may own. It could be one of your dogs. They live in your home. It's just like you. They're no different than you. If they're not feeling well, give them some room. Don't bother them. Let your parents deal with it. All right? Because he may love you, but he may bite because he's feeling bad. He's in pain. And animals, they can't talk. They can't express themselves. So they don't want to be bothered. And they can't tell you that they don't want to be bothered. So if your dog is ill, your parents say, your dog just, Fifi just got home from the vet and she had some shots and she's not feeling well. Well, let Fifi rest, okay? All right. Now, this is obvious. Don't kick your dog. Don't be mean to your dog. Don't get mad at your brother or your sister and take it out on your dog. Be nice to your dog. You kick your dog could bite you. May not like it. Someone kicked you, you want to defend yourself, right? Okay? Same thing with the dog. Let's not do that. We don't pinch them. We don't pull their tails. We don't yank their hair. We don't pull their ears. I've seen so many of these things in the park, and fortunately they're doing it to a good dog, and the dog tolerates it. But what if you pull the ear of a dog that doesn't really know you or is not as nice, and you get bit? You get bit. So we have to be careful about these things. All right? When we're done, I'm going to make all you guys honorary safety kids, K9 safety kids. And when you see people doing these bad things, let someone know. Hey, don't treat the dog like that. That's not safe. Let them know. Don't kick that dog, you know? All right? Now, another thing. When you see a dog coming up, one of the biggest things you don't want to do, because a lot of times you could be walking in the park and a dog could be walking this way, and you see the dog, you're like, uh-oh, there's a dog. And what do you want to do? No. Do not run from dogs. It triggers them to run after you. Even dogs that don't bite sometimes will run after you and knock you down and scratch you up because they got fingernails, okay? Even if it's not a bad dog, but dogs like to chase things. They like to chase balls and frisbees, people and kids. A lot of them don't mean any harm, but they still do it. Some, when people run from them, makes them aggressive. Don't run from dogs. Be still, stand still. Let the dog pass if you're nervous. Let the dog pass. I know that sounds very difficult to do, but it's the best thing to do. It's the safest thing to do. If you run from a dog, you can get bit. So we don't want to do that, okay? Let sleeping dogs lie. Don't, my boys right over here, they've learned now to not, they learn now not to scare the dog when they sleep. Dog is asleep, you go over there and just, scare the dog. Well, he can turn around and not know who you are and bite you and not know it. The dog's gonna be sad, you're gonna be sad, your parents are gonna be mad at the dog, probably. Okay? So most dogs don't sleep very hard, so just you being in the area walking by them, they'll wake up. So let's not try to, and let's not hide behind closets as a dog coming by and jump out and scare the dog. Okay? All right? When a dog is eating, this is a big one. And when I say eating, I mean chewing on a bone, chewing on a dog toy. You know, some dogs that you got at home, that's okay. Some dogs don't mind you to throw the toy and do it. That's okay. But when they're eating, keep your hands out of their bowls. Keep your hands away from their mouths. Okay? It is very important. You can be bit. They can feel possessive over their food. They don't mean any harm. These can be the very dogs that you live with. Okay? A lot of things that people do when they get a little dog like this or they have a little dog, they like to take their dog and they like to put their face right in the dog's face. Over at Eggleston, last time I was up there, it's like a dozen kids up there with the tip of their nose bit off. Some dogs feel intimidated. Some dogs don't like you to stare into their eyes. If you don't know a dog and you're at a park, don't stare at them. Don't stare into their eyes. Some dogs don't like that. They think you're challenging them. And they feel intimidated, so they'll strike out. Some little puppies, when you put your face in their face, animals and human beings that have eyes in front of their heads, I'm sure some of you learned this, are predators. All right? Are predators. So when they look at us with the eyes in the center of our heads, and they're looking at us with the eyes in the center of their head, they're thinking, I need to get this person, get you before you get me. I mean, you don't think about it, but if you're not paying attention, somebody run up to you real quick and just stick their face in your face. What do? Like, whoa, back up, guy. You know, that's what we do. Same thing with dogs. It can be startling to them. So we don't want to do that. And that's what people always pick these little cute dogs up and they put them in their face, and the Chihuahua or the Pekingese or the Yorkie or the Lhasa, just takes the tip of their nose off. Very common. Or takes the eye socket around the bottom of the eyes. Right? This happens all the time. So let's be careful. Let's be careful with that type of thing. Pulling tails. You can play with a dog without pulling his tail. We don't have to do that. Aggravating a dog. Poking at a dog. We don't do that. Your neighbor has a dog, is in a fence. And if all you do every day is poke a stick at that dog, all day, every day, what's going to happen when that dog get out one day? Dogs have memory. You think he's going to remember that? He's going to remember that, right? Right? Now, if I came up here every day and just poked you in the side one time every day and left, every time you see me, you go, let me go this way. Here come that guy again. You wouldn't like it, would you? Nobody would like it. Same thing about dogs. They don't like it. So let's not do things to them that are going to get them riled up. Okay? Another big thing. If you're out at a park and you see a dog, say if you're over here near the playground, and that's a dog going by itself, not with anybody, just roaming around in the park, don't approach the dog. Leave the dog alone. Tell a parent, hey, there's a stray dog running around. We don't know anything about that dog. It could be a friendly dog, but we don't know that. And if you walk up on it, and it's afraid of you, it will bite you. If it has an owner, then you can walk up to the owner and ask permission to pet it, okay? But if it's alone, we don't walk up on it, right?